Good morning. This is John from Damn Best Racing Carburetor. Last night I was sent a link to a video that's going around in the PRI show, and I guess I'm going to start getting more passionate. I'm getting older, and I'm tired of the crap. So I'm going to start sharing more about what I think, and let the chips lie where they may. There was a booster sent to me that was a tube style booster, rotated, and all these claims and saying patent pending. I sent that a little post today. If it's patent pending, there's no reason why you can't show that document. I have actually gone through more than 6 patent filings. I have 6 that are issued, so I know a little bit about the subject. In the patent pending process, you actually have a greater protection than you do when its patent is finally issued. Why? Is because when it's pending, all clauses are still open. So there's no fear in showing a pending document. Because they haven't denied any clauses or the patent yet, so you still have coverage. So if there's a patent issued on the product, feel free to show it. So today on the post at Facebook, I put the link to the patent for the Shear booster, and I wanted to go over a few things today because I'm just getting tired of all the crap. I can't be a PRI. First off, I'm not a fan of Indy. I don't like Indy. Put the show back in Florida and you will see me there. Every time I go to Indy, between it being freaking cold and how they treat you there, I'd rather stay home. It's not complicated for me. It's somewhat quality of life. And I have work to do. I got customers that need their parts, so sometimes you got to sit home and get it done. And when they were comparing it, they were comparing their new trick booster to a down leg. Okay, here's your down leg booster. This is the hottest thing since 1950. That's when it was produced. And if you're still comparing yourself to 1950 technology, I don't care what you're doing. You're not comparing yourself to something that's new, current, and performing. I have a wet bench here. I gladly videotape whatever someone's claims are about new booster designs, and post a video against any product I have. They can choose the product I have. I posted 2 videos on the Shear booster. One before, it happened to be a 4500, before installation of Shear booster, and one after. And I figured I'd show you, okay, if they're going to start comparing stuff, why don't you compare it to something new? Don't compare it to a down leg booster that was literally made, it might have been before 1950, but I'm sure in 1950, this has been a product since 1950. And every time you install that in a carburetor, you're not going to get any more result than it offers. And it's just, I'm interested in why the people keep installing this 1950 booster. Everybody's using the same housings, so they're trying to say that their housing, their carburetor's better. Well, it's back to the same thing they were doing. They were doing modified Holly housings. Now everybody's selling, it's made by BLP, the BLP housing. It's an old style technology where the Venturi is below booster. It's made out of a billet material, which is, it's for what it is, it's well made. I'm not going to deny that. But it's old technology, and I get tired of it. People say, oh, this, that, and the other thing. Well, I'm doing a video today. Why are they not comparing that tube to new technology, the Shear booster or the airfoil booster? Go ahead, compare your antique technology to something that's new, airfoil technology. All right, I'm going to show the Shear booster and its components. I showed wet flow, and how, when you're doing low transient air, they talked about it working better in partial throttle. You look at how well these Shear boosters work at transient throttle. It's amazing because at the lowest air signal, the fuel still has to break over the edge and breaks it down in the smallest conceivable droplets. So when the Venturi is right near the Shear, that airspeed across the Shear makes the droplets incredibly small, which I show in a video. I don't have to tell you that it's better. I show you it's better. And how the Shear booster is made. It's hard to find a way to deliver the fuel, so it's a multiple piece booster. Here goes inside the banjo, which we use the stainless steel banjo. So it has a 250 ID, which doesn't recollect the droplets that you worked so hard in your metering block to emulsify. Show the size of the hole in your trick booster. And then if you're going to work on emulsifying the fuel in the metering block and it recollects going up the stem, then that was useless. So here we have a huge channel behind that goes behind the banjo. So you're always keeping the separated droplets apart. Then in order to make the shear booster distribute fuel to the shear, it had to be multiple pieces. So you can get the fuel from behind the banjo with enough openings that once again, it's not being recollected, making a big droplet prior to being distributed in the venturi. And then what do you do then? Well, it had to be two pieces. So we made it two pieces. You know, we don't worry about the cost to make it right. The small difference in some of these parts, when you look at the total cost of the carburetor, really isn't that much. If you're buying performance, people spend, you know, thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in cylinder heads, cam technology, and then when you go to sell them a carburetor that's more current with just, you know, the technology, protected technology, if they're getting a patent, great. You know, the average cost for a patent is about $60,000. So if someone's investing that, trying to get protection, you'll find very quickly it's not always cost effective. Spend $60,000 and the time it takes to go through all the paperwork to protect something, and you don't get that kind of return on the investment. So no, I don't patent every single thing that we come up with. Sometimes I pass it forward in how the carburetor works to the customer. But here I've gone through the trouble. So to come up with ideas, as we have in our other patents inside the metering block and stuff. Now, if we're going to compare something to the earlier downleg booster, sheesh, why is somebody not remembering how well these shear boosters work? Or even comparing it to the new airfoil booster. So if one is going to listen at what somebody's comparing it to, well, if I'm going to compare my stuff to a Model T, then I don't need much of an advantage to be better than a Model T. But if you're going to compare yourself to a Mach 4 jet, bring it on, so to speak. I'm glad I'm home right now so I can do some of these videos, and every other piece of crap video that comes out while I'm home, I'm going to post a video about what really is going on with the better products, because I'm truly tired of the nonsense. So if you have any questions whatsoever, and I hope people repost this and want to see a real printed video patent and see the difference between the products, I also have a lot of it that's been posted in wet flow pictures at Damn Best One on YouTube. And you go right in there and you can see what the products look like when they're being isolated on the research process. And if somebody wants to send another carburetor in their ultimately trick booster, they can stay on Skype. They can give me instructions. They can come to my place. They can do anything they want to make sure that their product is being represented to the best of their ability. And we'll videotape it and put it right against my stuff. Same airflow, just like I did with the booster, the conventional booster versus the shear booster that I'm posting today in the Facebook page. Gladly do it. Sorry for the excitement, but I'm just getting tired of the nonsense. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.